conversation is so boring. Heard about what? I hate her, I don't agree. I did it first, I didn't fuck.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's Chrissy here. Welcome if you're new, you know what to do. Click that subscribe button down below so you can join the squad. Come on in, bring it on in, all of that, okay? So as you guys can tell by the title, I will be showing you how to get a full glam makeup look using one palette, you know, getting into them holiday looks and all of that. So this is one of my go-to holiday looks, and I also did my brows off of camera. I just went in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in the shade Dark Brown, and then I'm going to be priming my lids with the Fenty Concealer, and I believe I'm using the shade 12. Don't quote me, y'all, because, yeah, I always forget the shades, but I'm using a Fenty concealer and I'm just going to be blending it out. Then I'm going to go in with this Airspun powder. I love this Airspun powder because it has the makeup looking flawless every time. Okay. And so, yeah, I'm just going to be blending it out and then making sure I go ahead and set my lids. And then I'm going to be taking the Juvia's Place palette. Now, y'all, this Juvia's Place palette is a really good palette because it has like neutrals and you can do a lot of different looks with this. Like, you know, whatever you into. You can do like a little halo eye, cut crease, full cut crease. You know, simple eye. Don't have to be a cut crease. It could just be a one shadow. This palette has it all. So I really, really love this palette. And yeah, we're going to get into that. I'm starting off with a transition shade. The transition shade that I will be using is kind of like a light brown transition shade. And it's kind of blending into the skin tone a little bit. So it's, you know, you have to build it up a bit. And that's what you're going to be seeing your girl do. So I'm just going to be blending it out, you guys. And I do apologize for the background noise. Everybody wants to be loud in this house today, okay? And also just all these cars passing by, okay, y'all? And I'm right here doing my voiceover in my office, but yet everybody is so freaking loud. Yeah, so a lot of these colors, you guys, in this palette are very neutral. Like, you can just use this to do any type of look, really. Like, you can do a very date night type look. You can do a everyday type look with this palette. And I just love this palette overall in general because it's just so many looks you can do with it. And that you would just like want to wear out if you like a person that like neutral colors. You don't like to do too much color all the time. This is the palette for you, and these colors in here are just so freaking bomb. And then the payoff to the colors are so good as well. So I'm going to be using this e.l.f. Camo Concealer. I'm going to be taking it to do a cut crease. I love this e.l.f. Camo Concealer for this simple fact. It doesn't take all day to dry down. And when it dries down, it doesn't move. So I love that when I'm doing my cut crease, it stays in place, okay? And we don't have no problems. So I'm just going to be taking that, patting that out, letting it dry down a little bit, and then I'm going back into that same palette and I'm taking the tannish shade in here. I'm taking the lightest shade from this palette, you guys, and I'm just going to be going from light to dark to blend these shadows, and you're going to see me doing that now. So if you guys haven't noticed, I have been going back and forth with the same previous shades that I have used. So the first shade I put down was like a tannish shade. Then the second shade was like a champagne gold. And then it was like a deeper gold. And it's like a deeper gold. So you have to go back in with each color and just blend out the edges of each color you're putting out. So if you put down the first color, then you put down the second color, you got to go back in with the first color you use and blend out the second color a little bit with that. Like blend out the edges. So you go back in with the previous shade. If y'all haven't noticed that, that's pretty much what I'm doing to make these all flow together, because you don't want it to be able, you just don't want to be able to see where the light gold ended and the dark started. You want it to all gradiently fade in and fade together and blend together and just look great. Okay, so that's pretty much what I'm doing. And then it's that deeper brown shade that I had used at the beginning. I'm going to be taking that as well and just overall blend every shade that I use. And then I will be taking this Wet n Wild concealer, not Wet n Wild concealer, gonna be taking this Wet n Wild liner, and I'm just going to be lining out my lids. I like this as well because it's really dark and it also dries down pretty quickly. And then I'm just going to be taking that dark brown shade and just blending out the edges of that liner and just make it look like it's not perfect, but it does, you know, give it like a little smoky-ish effect. And then we're going to be moving on to the foundation. But before we move on to the foundation, you guys, I have these lashes from Shein, and they are so freaking good. For them to be like $3, they were pretty good. Okay, I was surprised. This is like my second time using these because they are like supposed to be like reusable. So these are my second time using this. I did go in with like a brush and just make them form back together and everything and all of that. And I like the way they look. They look pretty cute. I remember wearing these for one tutorial before, and then I was like, okay, let me, you know, rock these again, period. And so they look really cute. Of course, y'all know I'm using the Fenty primer. I have been using this primer, and I love this primer because it's so freaking soft and it just blends my makeup together. I feel like this Fenty primer can pretty much go with any type of foundation, especially if you are a combination to dry skin girly. Yeah, this is that. And then I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty foundation. I am in the shade 420 if you are using me for a reference. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing. I'm blending it all out. So I'm just going to be going down a little bit on my neck, I guess like underneath the chin area. That's how far I'm going to be blending it down today. Normally your girl will go like halfway down to the neck. Okay, just make sure everything is forming together. Now it does look a little orangey right now, but as it dry down and you add your powders and you set your makeup and you spray it down and you do the whole combination, it is all come together. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, like I told y'all in some previous tutorials, I like to match my hands and my chest because those are the two lighter areas that, you know, when you're doing your makeup you can pretty much see depending on what you're wearing. Most of the time, of course, I can see my hand because I'm not doing my hair, I'm not doing my makeup with gloves on. So I like to like match up with that. And so yeah, that's what gives your girl the good combination with all my makeup and stuff that I use. Okay, and then I will be going back in with that Fenty Beauty concealer, and I will be using that concealer today. I'm also going to be using a Tarte concealer just to make a brighter highlight underneath the eye, you guys. And I just love those two combinations. The coverage together is so freaking bum. Okay, and to contour I will be using the LA Girl Pro in the shade Mahogany, and then I'm just going to blend all of that out. Okay, guys, so sometimes I like to start by doing my contour. When I'm blending out, I like to start with the contour, but for the most part, I would like start with my highlighted areas. However, either way is best. I feel like if I do my contour first, it gives me a good coverage of what I need to be doing, and it just gives me like if I need to add more of it, it tells me like that. But either way, so if you're not putting too much product, you know, the less the better. If you put a lot, you're gonna have a lot of blending to do, and if you don't put a lot, then you're gonna have less blending to do, and then you can just go ahead and add more if needed. So I have been adding less, and if I need more, that's where your girl go in and just add more. But this is pretty much what has been working for your girl, and I really don't like put a lot of it, but I am a foundation girl, so I do like to put foundation on my face. And yeah, I like to use less concealer, but you know, to each his own. If you are a girl that likes to use a lot of concealer and less foundation, then that works for you. Do you? Me, I like this method of my makeup because, baby, let me tell y'all something. I call myself trying to do the whole shebang with the concealer. It don't work for me. I guess because it's not giving me the look that I normally go for with the foundation. It's not giving me my style of look that I go for. So that didn't work out for me. Now, yeah, I might try it again, that method. But I pretty much only like to do concealer if I'm not wearing foundation, if I don't want to do like a full coverage type thing. If I'm trying to do like a 90s type, you know, where they not really wearing too much makeup, where I'm doing a no makeup look, then I would do concealer only. But the concealer only method did not work for you, girl. No, I like to do my stuff in steps. So, you know, this whatever works for you, you do you. This how I do mine up over here. But I'm just going to be blending out everything, you guys, and then I will be setting it again with the airspun powder. Like I told y'all, I love this airspun powder. Everything just flows and goes, baby. And so y'all see me doing that now. So I do like to add a little bit of the powder underneath the contour area because it just gives me like the snatched cheek bone area. It just gives that, okay? So that's why you girl leave it there. And I leave it there for a few seconds. We don't want to leave it there too long, baby, because then you'll start looking real ashy there. Pictures start looking ashy. Everything just give ashy. But I like this powder also. This is the Black Radiance Contour Palette. I believe this is the Contour Palette. But the thing about contour palettes and eyeshadows and any type of shadows and palettes, like, you can pretty much use, like, it's kind of universal. So this, even though it's that, if I needed a dark brown eyeshadow, then I can use that for dark brown eyeshadow. You get what I'm saying? So this whole thing just, you can use for anything. But I do believe this is their contour powder. And so I just use this for that. And then if you are like a deeper tone girly, if you needed a powder that could set your makeup really good, or like a pressed powder, this could probably work really good for your skin tone. So a lot of this stuff is very neutral. You get creative with your own makeup. You do your thing how you do your thing. But just make sure once you finish doing your thing, you go ahead and blend everything out with your foundation brush, or if you use the sponge, you blend everything out with the sponge, because you just want everything to tie in together. I don't add any more foundation to my brush. I just go ahead and use the brush as like a blender at the end of everything. So I blend out everything. I'm going to be using this Kiss liner. This is so freaking good because it's like an intense black liner, and it just gives that sharp black look up under the eyes, and it just blends so smooth. You ain't got to be pulling and tugging at your eyelid and all that for it to do what it needs to do. It just does what it needs to do. And then I will be blending out that liner with a little bit of dark brown eyeshadow that I used previously for my eyes. So I have this blush palette from Dove Cosmetics. I'm not sure if this brand is like out there anymore, but if it is, you guys go ahead and get this palette. The payoff is really, really good. I like to mix two of them most of the time, but I just went in with this pink, and it's buildable. So if you want a deeper tone pink, you just keep putting it, I guess, and it'll give you a deeper tone. But I was going for more soft, not too much, but you see it, but it's not that much. And then yeah, I'm going to be using this Milani highlighter today, and I'm just going to be doing my cheek area, underneath my brows, you know, my nose, my lip, my chin, all the areas that your girl like to highlight and bring a little shine and glare to, okay? And also, you guys, make sure you blend that out as well. So I like to go back in with my foundation brush, like I told y'all previously, and just blend everything and make sure everything is just flowing together. I did not add any product, just using this as like a blender, and that's what you see your girl doing. Going in with this Ruby Kisses liner. This is their brown, dark brown liner. I'm just going to be lining out my lips, and then I will be using this Lippy from Dove Cosmetics. I have never used this lip before, and I found it and I was like, oh, this is pretty cute. Okay, it's like a little nude, so I put that on. Then I went in with the Fenty Gloss Bomb. This is Rihanna's favorite. I don't remember the name of it, so I just know it's the Gloss Bomb. Okay, and yeah, we're just gonna put that on there, blend everything together, putting on a little Fenty powder. I'm in the shade Hazelnut, and then we're going to be setting everything with the Monica spray, you guys. And this is the complete look, you guys. Do not forget to like this video if you enjoyed this. Comment your thoughts. Also, subscribe to my channel if you are new, and if you are returning, I thank you so much. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Also, do not forget to go check out the look with the look, because you know your girl be posting them pictures and giving y'all the look with the look, okay? Giving the vibes. But also, you guys, Follow your girl on the other social platforms that you saw scrolling across the screen. And I'll see you guys in the next video.